Okay, so we're back for another episode of NBA 2K14, and they see the last video. Yesterday, you see the Dallas Mavericks defeat the San Antonio Spurs by 8 points, 109 to 101. As you can see, San Antonio Spurs never lead in the quarters since the first game here so far, as the Mavericks sweeping all the quarters are winning at least by margin, at least one or three for the San Antonio. Both players, Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker score 21, Kawhi Leonard 17, Danny Green have 8, Tim Duncan 6, Patrick Mills, Steven Jackson, and Thiago Splitter 3 players with 6 points, and Boris Dios 5 only hits the rest of San Antonio. And for Dallas, Dirk Nowitzki 23, Monte Ellis 20, Vince Carter 14, Sean Marion and Devin Harris 11, Shane Larkin 8, Jose Canron 7, Ken Bazemore 6, Delonte West 5, Brandon Wright 4, and those rest of the Dallas Mavericks. So, what a great game, and now the Mavericks are continuing perfect, remains 11-0 and going to take a commanding 3-0 up all Texas Showdown. And now we're going to chance, we're ready for Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals match between LeBron James and Dwayne Wade of the Miami Heat, trying to even the series at 2 games apiece, or will it be Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah of the Chicago Bulls, hopefully trying to get the commanding 3-1 in the series before heading back to Miami. For this game, the Heat, we're gonna have to get the red jersey, and Chicago have to use the white jersey. So get ready to start this tip off. We're going to start the set in Kevin Harlan here in United Center, Windy City. Game 4, rock and roll starts now. Enjoy!
Welcome, everyone. I'm Damon Bruce, and this is the NBA on 2K Sports. The Eastern Conference Finals continue. Let's get you to Game 4. It's the Miami Heat facing off against the Chicago Bulls. On tap, coming up next.
And the Bulls go through their pregame routine. Game 4 of this Eastern Conference Finals is up for grabs. The series will either go to a tie, 2-2, or a lopsided 3-1 lead. For 2K Sports, Kevin Harlan along with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. And a trip to the NBA Finals is on the line. We've got Miami and Chicago. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And guys, checking out Joakim Noah here. What can we expect from him?
Well, the big thing with Noah, Kevin, that he's a hustle player. He gets on the glass. He's a tremendous offensive rebounder, and his long arms allow him to block shots defensively, get out and cover pick and roll with those quick feet. So this is a player who does a lot of things well.
And that dedication also manifests itself on the court, Steve. I mean, Joe has said himself, hey, I don't have the most talent, so he's really embraced I'm going to work harder mentality.
And taking a look at Chicago. A critical juncture in the series for them, even though they lead the series 2-1. A win or a loss tonight can have a dramatic effect on the outcome of this series.
Yeah, it's a huge game. I mean, every game in the playoffs is big, Kevin, but this one just feels big from an emotional standpoint. You get the victory, you go up 3. To one, and you have a virtual stranglehold on the series.
Yeah, they can't afford to lose this one. That's my opinion. They're not here at home. Come on. Completely changed the outlook of the series. I mean, they did so well. Despite that home court advantage, and you don't want to give it right back. He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Gets the bucket. Butler's got his second bucket of the game to go.
How much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Doris Burke has some information for us, Doris.
Kevin, I was able to speak with Eric Spoelstra for a moment. He told me this is as close to being a must-win game as you can possibly get. He said, we can't afford to go down 3 games to 1. It would just make things so hard on us. We've got to do whatever it takes and find a way to
right, Doris. Thank you very much. It's not possible what we just saw. Is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner.
It's possible. Not probable. It is possible. I don't know what all that meant, but you're right, Clark.
Now here's Butler. 6 points for him. Wade passes to LeBron. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade.
Pretty impressive. 5 straight makes to start this game.
He dishes it to Butler. And it's blocked by Bosh. And the basket good. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Three-pointer, Wade. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. And on the screen now is the 2K leaderboard with a rundown of this postseason's assist leaders. Derrick Rose third.
Seems like he's taken it upon his shoulders to get every one of his teammates involved here in the postseason. What a passing display it's been.
Here's Boozer. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. Boozer's got his second bucket of the night.
It is so hard to contain. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
Chalmers, who's covered by Rose. LeBron with it. Wade outside for the three. It's Wade again missing.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. I mean, he'll knock that down more often than not.
Rose with the ball. Outguarded by Mario Chalmers. And Boozer gets it to go.
You're going to be waiting a long time if you're waiting for him to miss that when he's that open.
Passes it to Chalmers. This one for three. That's good.
Kevin, he does a great job of moving without the ball. And he gets a lot of good looks because of that movement. And as long as his teammates are setting screens and looking for him, he can be lethal from the outside.
Ridiculous move. Tore it down that time.
Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely. Never seen a dunk like that in the game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw it.
Yeah, that was just amazing.
And there's the basket. Whistle blow is a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
You know, he seemed a bit cold. The shots haven't been falling for him early on.
And Miami going with a whole new group out there. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Miami.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Well, they're also showing some muscle here in the first half, finding a lot of points in the paint area. Boy, has there been any defense played yet in this game?
Nope, this game has been all about this kind of offense early.
Now Dunleavy. That is good. We've got 1:08 left here in the first quarter. Wade gets a screen from Bosh. Wade dishes to Bosh. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got assist number 5 here tonight. Chicago trailing here. They won their last game. That was Thursday night.
Well, Kevin, they constructed a perfect offensive game plan going into that game, and it was quickly apparent how powerless the defense was to stop it.
Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets again anytime soon.
6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
What do you think, Steve?
Well, both teams still kind of feeling each other out here, and neither team has been able to find an edge. And this game.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. Their teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Teague against Chalmers. Tries a 3. That's good. Teague's got 5. We've got 22 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Wade. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
Broke out the finger roll, guys. That was kind of a stylish finish.
Now here's Heinrich. And there's the feed to Teague. Back to Heinrich. Jacks up a three, and that one's good. And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Bulls lead by 3. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment.
Game 5 in the Eastern Conference Finals. Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls take on LeBron James and the Miami Heat next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it.
Welcome back to our coverage of the NBA Eastern Conference Final as we get things started once again. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
Big boost from their bench there, guys, in that first quarter. They did a nice job coming in and really giving this team a lift.
Yeah, it's a nice attribute to have. Firepower coming off the pine early. That's good stuff.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So, the Bulls 5 right now. We've got Nazr Mohammed, Marcus Teague out there with Heinrich, and it's Murphy in at the 4. Picked them clean.
You know, one reason they're on top right now is that they haven't done a whole lot of times have they given the ball away?
Well, they couldn't hook up there on what's really a pretty basic pass.
The Bulls leading by 3. Teague kicks to Heinrich. They get a hand on it. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. Textbook for
to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close. The lead goes right back over. This is a seesaw affair.
The game's there for the taking, but neither team seems to want it.
Outside Teague. Rejected by Anderson. But they recover it. Second chance shot. And the basket by Mohammed. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
Steve, so close.
Well, such a seesaw affair back and forth. I mean, this has been an unbelievable game to watch.
Teague, the pass to Heinrich. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. The dish to Mohammed. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Makes it off the glass. Mohammed's got 4 points this quarter.
The bounce pass was the key to the play.
Anderson, a screen on Teague to the middle. Anderson. Covered by Mohammed.
Solidly executed pick play. I mean, it paid dividends with that nice dunk.
Exactly the result they were looking for.
Yeah, it worked so well. I mean, he got set, did not shuffle his feet. Really well done there offensively.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. That free throw good from Anderson. And it's the Bulls with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Rose against Chalmers. Here's Rose, and the Bulls tack on 2 more. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Oden with the ball. Boozer picks him up. Lays out. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. Here are the NBA's top scorers during this postseason as shown on the 2K leaderboard. Fifth best, Derrick Rose.
And what a run he's been on, guys, establishing himself at the perfect time here in the postseason.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
Back to Noah. Pass to Boozer. Working on Anderson. Feeds it to Butler. On the wing, Dang. Another one falls for Chicago. The Heat have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. The drive by LeBron. Gets it to go. LeBron's got 8. Bulls trail by 3. Rose dishes to Noah. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 5th assist in this one. Rose against Chalmers. A stupendous finish in traffic. He has 5.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
A look from Rose. Gets an open look and hits. Rose has got 4 this quarter, and Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, clearly they were starting to show signs of fatigue, so coach wanted to give them a second to get their win back.
A different look for Miami. Chris Bosh has checked in for O. Lewis comes in for Chris Anderson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Ray Allen. The drive by LeBron. Noah with the block. Here's Dang. And again, it's the Bulls from deep. And a closer look here at the hustle stretch for Chicago.
But great hustle defensively through 2 quarters of play, contesting everything, starting to rack up those block shots, guys.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Boy, big man with very soft hands and a nice touch around the hoop.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Well, he sees something that he doesn't like. I'm not sure what it is, but I think he's going to make some changes here.
I think you've got to make your adjustments pretty quickly like he's doing here. Otherwise, you know, things can get out of hand. So this is a good time out.
Udonis Haslem just checked in for Miami. And Boozer throws it down. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D. I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here. Because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides. And once he took off, it looked like the defense just had no interest in getting in his way.
That's one where you just give up the 2 points and move on.
Bulls shooting their first free throw of the evening. That free throw good from Noah. The Heat trail by 5. And Chalmers kicks to Wade. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. I mean, he'll knock that down more often than not. Well, this guy has a huge bag of tricks that he can dip into on the low block. He's really mastered an array of complicated moves.
And that makes him a splendid, supreme scoring threat in the post. I mean, he baits the hook, and the defenders almost always are biting. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
That one goes. Count it.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. It's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Butler connects from 3-point range. Butler's got 9.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
And here's Chalmers from the arc. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got assist number 8 here in this one already. And dang, here we go. Oh! Xander Clark right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
Yeah, but you don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up, though, either.
And a tight game here as we end the first half. Bulls out front. They're up by 4. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Hello out there and welcome to the halftime report as the conference finals continue on 2K Sports. The Bulls have been rolling along. A win today would be huge. It's the difference between a commanding 3-1 lead or a 2-2 series tie. Carlos Boozer getting pretty much everything he tries against Miami. He's got 12 points and not much to complain about with his shot selection either. A nice field goal percentage in the first half. And a tough matchup, but the Heat staying afloat. They've been aggressively attacking the rack and getting a lot of points right at the rim. A big first half for Dwayne Wade. He's up to 9 points. He's also made plays for others, showing his court vision definitively in this one. And that will be all for us. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see you next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back to Game 4 as we get ready to start things up again.
Boozer has been great. He has 12 points, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
That seems like it could have been more because he's been in position to make plays defensively most of the game.
And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. At the forward spots, James and Hazen. Chalmers and D-Wade are the guards. And it's Bosh at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's LeBron. Gets the bucket and the foul. That's on Joakim Noah.
You know, guys, I would call that methodical but explosive. You know, he waits for the opportunity and then boom, right to the rack.
For Miami, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. Free throw good, LeBron. The Bulls leading by 3. Outside Butler. Doubled by Chalmers. Noah. He's covered by Bosh. It's stolen by Haslem. Throws it up high. And finished off by LeBron.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Boozer passes to Rose. Rose double team. Butler dishes to Noah. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Noah's got 7 points in the game.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. The drive by Wade. And yes, sir, that one drops. 11 points in the game. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put on.
Looking over there at Steve, he's enjoying every second of it.
Yes, yeah, me too.
Man, this has been great, guys. The fans getting their money's worth. Both teams just playing so hard out there.
Bulls moving the ball around. And Gibson finishing it off.
Boy, the pass there floated up to the precise spot where it needed to be.
And no messing around in the finish, huh? He powers it through.
Sure didn't waste any time there.
I'll tell you what, that is going to be an alley-oop we'll see on the highlight reel the next 3 days.
Shots good by Bosh.
They're rolling now. 5 straight hoops to start this quarter.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, that was a max range alley-oop pass. Bryce throwing one any longer.
That's just crazy, man. How high did he have to go to make that catch? What an unbelievable play. Wow.
Timeout called the Heat. And some changes here for the Heat. Oden comes in for Chris Bosh. And Shane Battier subbed in for Udonis Haslem. LeBron outside. Defended by Dunleavy. And that one's good by LeBron. LeBron's got 7 points for the quarter.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Butler with the ball, and Allen picks him up defensively. And it's Gibson. Finishing it.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
And those could be an important 2 points, too, guys, in a close game like this one.
And here is LeBron. 15 points in the game. Back to Allen. Irving on the triple.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I wouldn't bet against him in that situation. Next time, this has really become an intense ball game ever since halftime.
Boy, the effort from both teams here, Steve, is terrific.
Now here's LeBron. D right on him. 6 on the shot clock. Allen outside. Fires from deep. Yes, that's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Well, Allen is the all-time leader in three-pointers made past Reggie Miller a couple of years ago. So obviously you have to worry about him out there. But what makes Allen so good is that he can also put the ball on the floor, get into the paint, and score at that mid-range area as well.
And he really has a fondness for those corners. I mean, you just can't help off with him. Too much of a threat from out there. You've got to stay connected to him. You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
Yeah, that was your game, Clark. Pound it inside and take the ball right to the defense.
That's what I tried to do, man. I knew my limitations.
We've got 1:18 left to play here in the 3rd. Rose kicks to Dang. He feeds it to Heinrich. Gets the jumper from the corner to 4. Heinrich's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
And Cole kicks to Jones. And good on the basket. Cooking. Bulls trail by 4. Heinrich outside. Pass to Dang. He kicks it to Rose. And it's blocked by Cole. Now here's Jones. Oden with the screen for Jones. Gives him the lead pass. Cole's shot is good. Now it's a 6-point Heat lead.
And that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers over.
Well, you know, he almost seems to enjoy those mismatches, Steve. It gives him a chance to show what a strong finisher he is.
And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Boy, that pass was in the air. Long time.
Long enough for him to get a finger on it anyway and send it out of bounds.
Jimmy Butler.
Butler passes to Rose. Back to Butler. 4 seconds left. Yes. And it's Rose with the assist that time. 13 points for Butler. Here's Jones. He got up in time. But it wouldn't fall for him. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the 4th quarter. Heat lead by 4. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter.
Western Conference Finals, Game 4. Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks go up against Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs next Sunday, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter line ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Miami.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And they're attacking the gaps in the defense with their quick, aggressive drives into the paint area.
Inside, Gibson and Noah. D-Rose and Jimmy Butler at the back. And it's Dunleavy in at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. The drive by Noah. And he uses the glass on the left.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Here's Wade. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Chicago making some changes. Carlos Boozer's checked in for Gibson. Dang comes in for Mike Dunleavy. And it's Heinrich in for Derrick Rose. Here is Heinrich. Heinrich off a pick from Boozer. Doubled by Cole. Heinrich dishes to Dang. The pass to Boozer. Anderson with the block. A 15-footer. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Noah's got his third rebound tonight. Boozer with the screen for Heinrich. Butler attacking. He got right to the cup using that screen.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Timeout called the Heat.
You know, he wants to tinker a little bit, and he's taking the time to do so right here.
Yeah, I think you're right. He just didn't like some of the things he saw out there, a bit uncomfortable, and wanted to talk it over.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. LeBron, he's checked in for Allen. And it's Chalmers in for Norris Cole. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. With a deficit as we approached the final buzzer, he stayed upbeat, saying, listen, we can battle back, fellas. Just stay with me. I need all-out effort here, and we can bring it home. Fellas?
Thank you, Doris. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Boozer. Again, Chicago.
I'll tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
Now, this is when defenses have to protect the basket with everything they've got. Force the offense to shoot from the perimeter.
That's the bucket.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Derrick Rose is checked in for Kirk Heinrich. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Wade kicks to Anderson. That falls. Nice feed. That time from Dwayne Wade. And now an 8-point Miami lead. The Bulls have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Stolen by Chalmers. In transition, here comes Miami. Chalmers running, and then Wade.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
And Boozer pulls it down. Absolutely, Clark. No one in his airspace on that dunk.
Yeah, but come on. Kevin, the defense can't can't let that happen.
I hope they don't let it happen more. It's fun to watch that guy fly.
Just a gift, 2 points there. That's awful.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And I love how he goes with that one-hand tomahawk slam. Beautiful.
Bulls trail by 11. Rose kicks to Butler. Dishes it to Noah. Back to Butler. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
Really an extraordinary game for Butler. He has 15 points, and he's been delivering a healthy dose of help.
Too. Yeah, he really is. He's always looking to make the passes. Head up, eyes up, trying to find the open teammate.
Chris Bosh is checked in for Miami. Haslam comes in for Rashard Lewis.
And at the free throw line, it's all about consistency with him. Same routine, same stroke.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Rose with the ball. Now guarded by Mario Chalmers. High, arcing shot. Count that one. 8 points for Derrick Rose.
That's what has to happen if they're going to turn this thing around. He's got to take charge. He's got to be aggressive and really look to push here offensively.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Good drive by LeBron. And Boozer with the block. Butler against Chalmers. And Mario Chalmers gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. A look from Rose. And it's Chicago scoring again. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Bosh. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. 15 points for Chris Bosh.
You know, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Rose hits the bucket.
Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
The drive by LeBron. That's good. LeBron's got 12 points in just the second half.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league. .12 left in the fourth quarter. Out of bounds, Miami takes possession. I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
It's stolen by Rose. Butler.
Boy, their defense making an impact here late, Kevin.
And straight off the steal clock, the perfectly run fast break ends in a slam dunk.
That could be a huge 4-point swing in this game. Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
On its way from Rose for 2. It's 4. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Boy, I'm surprised he took that shot. He was at a huge size disadvantage in that matchup, but boy, great job to bury it.
And it's blocked by Haslam. 40 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
Time is definitely not on their side at this point.
Yeah, they need a quick bucket.
Here's Rose. Such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And no mistakes there. A couple of good free throws to give them a little extra cushion.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Guys, you got to think a basket here would seal.
No question about it. That would be all she wrote.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. .26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Miami's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. They're whistled for a blocking foul, and he'll head to the line.
That's his first at the line for the Heat. LeBron James. 2 shots.
He drops the first one. That stretches their lead to 8. Chicago making some changes. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Kicks to T. And a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in. Here's LeBron, and they go to the intentional foul.
Shooting for Miami. LeBron James taking 2 shots.
It's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. 11 seconds left in the game. Heinrich outside. Fires for 3. Knocks down the trifecta. And the Heat call time here. They're up by 5. 5 seconds left in the fourth. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
At the line for the Heat. Wayne Wade. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Can't get it to go.
Like he's just trying to showcase his range, but he could probably get a better shot in that possession.
Yeah, he sure could. It doesn't do you any good if you miss it from that deep.
And so it's Miami winning this one. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, and the whole crew from 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long, and thanks for watching the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. Now let's take a look at the Jordan Player of the Game.
So what a close victory in game number 4 as the Miami Heat were going at Donald deadlock at 2-2. So we are tied at 2-2, so winning by 7, 107 to 100 in game 4. As for Chicago, Derrick Rose have Jimmy Butler have Jimmy Butler have 19 points. Derrick Rose have 18 points. Carlos Boozer 16. Joakim Noah 9. Tops Gibson 8. Noah Ding 7. Kirk Haring 8. Marcus Teague 7. And the rest of the Chicago Bulls. And the other hand for Miami, LeBron James 25. Dwayne Wade 22 and 12. Chris Bosh 15. Ray Allen 11. Mario Chalmers 10. Udonis Haslem 6, Chris Anderson 5, and the rest of the Miami Heat. So, huge victory in a big one and a tight game in game number 4. And Miami, we're going to tie again at 2-2. So, here's the bracket for the conference finals. And we're tomorrow night, we're going 1 win away for the chance for Dallas Mavericks looking to clinch for the finals on the line for the first seed for the final spot of the championship of 2014. So, tomorrow night we are on the way to AT&T Center in San Antonio as Ken Dirk Nowitzki and Monte Ellis of the Dallas Mavericks are a chance to 1 win away. They're looking good for the finals, or will be the San Antonio Spurs looking to try to stay alive. The force to game number 5 back in Dallas, trying to go for the bounces to the NBA Finals for Dallas, or will be Spurs stay alive to force game number 5. So that should do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as Division 3 Game 2 in the American League as the Blue Jays take down the Yankees, dominate 23-8. They take it 2-0, and the Mariners tie the series at 1-1 over Detroit Tigers in the NFL Week 5 wrap-up Sunday. First one, you saw Minnesota Vikings walk off against the Cleveland Browns on London. We got the huge dominate. We have the New York Jets are the last team in the NFL who have winless 0-5. They lost by Dak Prescott of the Dallas Cowboys. Indianapolis Colts crushed the Las Vegas Raiders. Carolina Panthers complete the comeback over Miami. Houston, Texas getting dominated because without the Raven star is Lamar Jackson. They replaced by Cooper Rush. Tennessee Titans come back over Arizona Cardinals down 15. So it was the Cardinals. He forced a fumble instead of touchdown on the line. It was incomplete. And other side right here, the New England Patriots shocking upset and snap the home game winning streak against the Buffalo Bills. Defeat Josh Allen. Drake and May is unstoppable. And Patriots continue on the hot. So, we'll be wrap things up for NBA playoff continues. And that will be finished this game. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Genshin. So the final score in Windy City, Chicago, Miami 107, and Chicago 100. And Miami were tied the series at 2-2. So we're going to game 5 back in the South Beach. So that will be wrap things up in game number 4. And that will be see you tomorrow. Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals. Can Dallas Mavericks trying to clinch the series and advances to the NBA Finals tomorrow, or will be the San Antonio Spurs trying to force a game number 5. So that will be wrap things up. This is Andre Kenshin. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Say so long for United Center, Windy City in Chicago. It's time to take care, and see you next time. Good night and peace. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow. Take care and peace.